Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Rimworld Day 2. If you remember yesterday, we did a getting started video, and we were playing on the naked brutality level. We managed to capture a prisoner. That prisoner has now become part of our tribe, and we are here ready to expand into this Let's Play episode. So, I don't know where today is going to take us. I don't know how this is going to unfold. Every playthrough is different. The AI storyteller gives you different events that pop up based on what's going on. So, yeah, anything could happen here. So what we need to focus on is what is our outcome? What are we going to try and achieve today? And how are we going to overcome any challenges that pop up? Now, yesterday, we were obviously naked and we were alone and we had nothing. Now we've got some weapons to defend ourselves. We've got our traps that have been phenomenal. But we need to think about what's going to happen moving forward. Now, fire is a real risk, and we're in a wooden building, so we could burn, everything could just burn to the ground, and we could lose everything. We've got to be careful about that. We also need to think about how we're going to move away from things like wood. So if we go into the research bench, we could, if we wanted to, one of the options here is tree sowing. So we can do this to plant trees, and we can cut trees down, and that is an option that we have. But we want to get a battery. That's the focus that we really want on the research, okay? So what we're going to do, now we've got two people, we can do twice as much work. So what we're going to focus on right now is bringing power in, and also we want to sort of start building out things that are going to help us move forward. So one of those is going to be the kitchen. We're going to want to build out a kitchen. So in order to do the kitchen, and in order to move away from wood, we need to think about getting some limestone. Now there's loads of this limestone chunk here, loads of it, all around the place. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into production mode, and we're going to build a stone cutter's table. All right, for that we're going to need 75 wood and 30 steel, of which we don't actually have either. So we're going to set some orders to chop some wood. All right, we'll do this area here. And also we're going to do some mining as well, and we need to find some steel. So we can see down the bottom here there's some compacted steel quite close to us. Just here. So we're going to take that. We're going to mine that entire vein. And we need to find out who's best at mining. So if we click on both of our pawns, mining, a passion of mining here. And actually, I want to change her name. So let's give her a nickname. We're going to give her a nickname. It's going to be something that kind of works with... I'm just going to call her Dora, actually. So Dora. There we go. So Woody and now Dora. So Dora likes mining. I don't like mining. So it makes a lot of sense that I select for work at the moment. And we're going to change this slightly. Mining, Dora. So she's going to do the mining. I am not. In fact, I'll leave that as a 4 so I can do it, but I'm not going to focus on it. So, who is best at the cooking? Well, in terms of cooking, it's going to be me at the moment. But Dora's the one that I think needs to do it. She's good at plants. Okay, so I'm going to have her working on plants. So she's going to be doing the growing, the cutting, but she's also going to be doing the cooking for now. I'll do the warden work. I'll do the construction work. And I'll do the crafting work, okay? And then we'll both do, when we can, the research work, which we're going to get up to as well. And, yeah. All right, that's all the stuff that we can do and what we need to do. That's okay for now. I'm happy with that. In terms of work schedule... I'm going to copy mine and we're going to paste that for Dora so she can do the same as us. And we're good to go. So, moving forward, we've got a few things that we need to do. Now, food is an issue. We have a little bit of food, but we are going to need more food. It looks like we're going to outgrow this quite quickly. So, one of the things I want to do is set up another patch here to be able to take this food and expand it, so to speak. So, I'm going to expand this zone. And we're going to bring out another 5 squares. And I actually think we can bring it up here as well. So we're going to have this corner here like this. And this is going to be how we're going to expand for our food. And now because we've got a bit of starting food, this is all ready to be, nearly ready to be harvested now. We're not going to get the best yield out of it. We're doing a little bit of cleanup work at the moment. Let's just get Woody at the moment to do the harvesting. Now, all of this is going to need to be harvested. Right, and he has allowed for that. So let me just click on this. I want to prioritize this. I want to see if I can do the harvesting. She's doing the planting work. And not all of it's ready to be harvested at the moment. So we could harvest it early. But I actually want to change this. I want to change it from rice to potatoes. Potatoes is going to give us a bigger yield now. It's going to take longer, but it's less work. So we're going to transition from rice in the start game, which is a great starting point, as you can see here. We're going to transition over to potatoes now. They're going to take longer, but we're going to get a better yield out of them. And she should hopefully... There we go. She's going to pick up the rice. Now she's botching some of this. But that's fine. So we're going to get that food sorted. Okay, now we need to think about the outline of what it is we're going to build and how we're going to build it. So let's get the first item down. And by the way, he can start chopping down some trees. So we'll get some wood. Storage is obviously a bit of a problem at the moment. That's something we're going to have to fix. These rooms are really small, so we're going to have to fix those as well. It's just a good starting point for us. But we're going to very quickly outgrow these rooms. All right, so looking at their needs are okay at the moment. So now we're going to build the traps back up because we need to do that. And then at the same time as having all the traps set up and everything built and ready for us to go, we need to get this crafting bench down. So we're going to go back into production. We're going to get down our stone cutter table. And for now, we're just going to place that quite near the door. We're going to place it inside here. Now, it's not in a workshop, but at the moment, we don't need this for prisoners anymore. So this is a bedroom at the moment, unless I was to pick up this and move the bed over here. This is now a workshop. It's actually calling it a dining room table, even though it's not. But once this is built... All right, so what's happening? Let's have a look. We need some... We've got steel, we need wood. So wood is what we're stuck on at the moment. So we're going to, again, get him to prioritize this. Chopping down some of these trees, and then we should be able to build this table. And now this can become our temporary... We've got some extra beds in here at the moment, which we don't necessarily need. But we'll move them as and when we need them. For now, we just want to get this turned into a small workshop because that's going to give us a little bit of a buff. All right, now Woody's gone to sleep, but we're going to prioritize building this bench because we want to get it fixed. All right, now this room is a workshop. It's changed into a workshop now. We'll leave everything else in here. That's fine. And because it's a workshop, we're going to get a work speed factor of 100%. Click on the eye. And we can see here what is going to be the work speed factor. The base value is 100%. The final value is 100%. That's all we can ask for here. So that's working. Now we can also, if we wanted to, pick up this bed and we could technically reinstall it. Now, if we did that, this is now a bedroom again. And as a result, the workshop's factor speed is now 80% because it's not in a workshop anymore. All right, so you have to understand when we're doing this. And if I change this bed to a medical bed, all right, this is now a hospital. So the beds actually dictate what this room is and what it does. So we're going to move this bed. We'll just get Woody to come and do this. Actually, let's change it. It's not a medical bed. All right, so he's going to move the bed. This is going to become a workshop and it's back up to 100% again. Great. We can also put a chair down here as well to make it a little bit better for us. So go into architect, go into furniture, get a dining room chair, and we're going to rotate that and place it just here on this spot. All right, we're going to need some more wood. So let's get Woody out here prioritizing the wood for now for the trees. All right. And we've got to start today. So now she's doing the food, which is great. We've got 4 meals, which is nice at the moment. So we've got a little bit of food here. Obviously, we're stacking up on all of our stuff. But for now, we're going to prioritize building this chair. So now the chair is built and we're in a workshop. Fantastic. This is still stuck to 100% though. It hasn't changed anything, but it just means that it's going to be a bit better for when she's working. Now we need to add a bill. We want to make limestone blocks, okay? So 1 limestone block is going to make 20 of these. All right, and we're going to do this until we have let's just say 150 limestone blocks. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put ourselves a shelf up here. And this shelf for now, okay, is just going to sit here next to this. And this shelf, we're going to change the storage. We're going to clear everything. Okay, and we're just going to put on here some manufactured resources. In terms of what we want to put on here, we don't want textiles. We don't want anything from here. Raw resources, we've got stone blocks. There we go. We're going to put our limestone blocks in here. Okay, so we're going to create this, put limestone blocks in, and they're going to go here. And this is going to be an important priority. So all limestone blocks are going to go into here for now. Now, I'm actually going to deconstruct this. And I'm actually going to move this over here because I don't need two of these here. Right, let's prioritize destroying that. Let's actually build this. So we're missing some wood, so we're going to go back and grab a little bit more wood. So just doing a little bit of setting up here. And the reason we're not going crazy and building everything super quick. Oh, I just saw a heart from her. I think these two are flirting. Let's go into the social tab. Dora charmed Woody by playfully making fun of his family background. Woody turned her down. Go on, boy. But he does have a wife, to be fair. He is married, so that makes sense. All right. So now we're going to build this. And now because this is built, I'm actually going to reinstall this. Now, the reason I'm going to do this, I actually want to move this. I'm going to put this outside. And you'll see why in a minute. And the reason I'm going to put this outside is going to be easier to access, right? So the stuff that I need is going to be out here. It's going to be easier for me to access. So that's great. Also, I can look at the zones and I can look at the roof area and I can put a little roof down over here. And then I've got a little roof area. So everything's going to be undercover here. So even though this will be outside, it will be safe. All right. And the storage is there. So we can put these limestone blocks on here. It will move those. We're just going to prioritize hauling those. There we go. So they're now going to sit on here. And now we've got these. So on here, we can see we've got these blocks. These blocks are on here. They're fine. Everything's safe. Everything's secure. We're going to build another one of these. We're going to build a copy of these. We'll put this one here. Now we've got a little bit of storage. And for this storage, what we're going to do is we're going to move some of the stuff that we don't really care about. That's not really important. This is where we're going to start building everything, okay? All right, so this storage, we're going to clear everything again. We don't want food or anything like that. We'll leave the food inside. So this one's going to be, we can put weapons on here. That's fine. And we can put apparel on here. So weapons and apparel can go on this one for us. It's easily accessible. And that is going to be important as well. So these are important, which means it will store it on here before it stores it anywhere else. Good. All right, we've got our trap set up. We've got our field set up. We're good to go. We've got our cotton working. We've got our clothing, so we're both clothed. So let's have a quick look at our needs, make sure we're okay. So we're tired. It's an awful barracks. I've got to share it. I don't like sharing the room. Okay, rebuffed by Dora. Okay, Dora's rebuffed by Woody. Not happy about that. In darkness, unsightly environment, awful barracks. Ate without a table. Okay. So we can definitely fix that. The way that we can fix the table is to build a copy here, and we'll put another table here. So there's two of them, so they can both sit at the table at the same time. That also means we can put the... Can't really do anything with the chest, unfortunately, because we want to put another chair here, but that works. We've got a war merchant on his way. So a caravan is coming, so we'll be able to do some trading. And now we've got about 100 of these limestone blocks. That means we can start to build out what is going to be the structure. So we click on this and we're going to change this from wooden walls or wooden doors into limestone doors. And the reason we're going to do this is because a wooden wall, if we look at this, not only is it flammable, but it is 195 hit points. Okay, if we were to change this material, we would now be going from 195 to 465, okay? Now, if we look at these, 420 for sandstone, 510 for granite, 465 for limestone, okay? 390 for slate, 360 for... Now this also, we look at work to build. Now this is where it gets important, right? This is work to build is 16. This one's 14. So sandstone is quicker. Granite is the same as limestone, the same as that. So marble takes 5 resources, whereas this one also takes 5. It's paintable, requires a heavy terrain. Cover effectiveness is 75%, okay? But it's really the hit points. So this one's 420. This one's 510. But it's more. So this one's 465. So sandstone is going to be a little bit less, but it's also going to be a little bit quicker times to build. So sandstone could be the best one to go for. But if we look at 490 here compared to 465, slate is obviously going to be better than limestone if we can do it. This is going to give us beauty. So at the moment, we're just going to go for limestone. I don't know if we look at the area. There isn't any slate, I don't believe. We can always go to the world if we need to. And then we can look at the terrain, and that's going to tell us we've got limestone and granite here. Limestone and granite. So if we are looking at what it is we want to build. Now, this is really where we can start to get an idea of how things change, right? So we're going to have a look at the walls here. We're going to change the material. So we've got, as we know, we've got limestone or we've got granite. And again, if you need to know or you need to have a look at this, we just need to look at the terrain. So the terrain is going to tell us what's here. So looking at this, clicking on the eye, changing the material, we've got the choice between 465 and 16 work to build, or 16 and 510. Okay, so if we choose, the better wall to pick is going to be granite, because granite, whilst it is still the same amount of time to build, granite is going to give us a better, it's different visually, but it's going to give us a better building, yeah, more hit points. So for that reason, it makes sense that we're going to build everything here. Now walls, we can't build granite walls. Okay, so we can build wood, steel, limestone, or jade at the moment, it says, because we don't have any other options. Now, we do have some granite here. So if we click on this table, all right, and we set a build up, one of the things we can do here is we can make some granite blocks. All right, so we get Woody up, and we're going to set him to prioritize making some granite. Now, I'm going to grab some granite. There's loads around here. So we're going to grab this. Now we've got some granite. I'm also going to see if I can do a trade with this guy while I'm awake. And I can. Now, in the first episode, if you watched the first episode, we actually had a Rambler come through and we harvested his heart. Now, he only has 903 credits and he's offering us 828 for the heart, which we know the market value for the heart is 1200. So we're actually getting screwed selling it at 0.6, but we do want to sell it. So we're going to sell this heart. We can also sell this wooden club because we don't need a wooden club anymore. All right, that's going to give us a bit more money. We've got a steel knife. I guess we can sell the steel knife. We don't really need it. So we can get rid of that as well. But also, look, we've got this smoking, or this smoke leaf, this joint that we stole, or not we stole, we acquired. So we can sell the joints, the heart, the knife, and the club. Now, we can buy some stuff as well. There's nothing we really want to buy from this guy. There's nothing he's really got that we want. But the fact that we're able to do that gives us... Now, we've got no silver at the moment. We've got 0, but we're going to get 875 silver for this, which is a great start for us. So there we go. There's all of our money. All right, we'll put that inside. Let's just prioritize... He's gone to sleep, but let's prioritize hauling that silver in. There we go. And now we've got all of that silver. Oh, he didn't bring it all in. There we go. We're going to bring the rest of it in. So now we've got 875 silver. So we've got a bit of money now as well. Now, the more money we have, the more likely we are to get raided because we're now more valuable. But also, we've now got some granite. So if we come back here to this, we can now choose granite walls. That wasn't an option before. So we can choose to make granite or limestone, just based on the materials that we've got. And we're going to make a bigger room, okay? So we're going to leave a gap here. And we're going to build out. Now, the way we want to do this, if this is going to be the wall, we're going to come down 11 squares. Okay, we're also going to come to the right 11 squares. We're going to come down here 11 squares and across here 11 squares. That is going to be, in terms of a footprint, a 9 by 9 internal. We're doing 11 by 11 in terms of our squares. Let's build that first. We're going to choose a granite door because we want to build a door as well. And we're going to put the door just here. Okay, so that's going to be our door. We're going to have a way in. So the first way in, we're going to build just here. Now, I can put it up against the edge if I want to, and I can put one there. So that's a way to come in and out. Perfect. I'm also going to put another way in and out. And I guess I do that. I actually don't think I want to put that just there like that. Let's put this back. Got to think about how this room is going to be laid out. So in terms of production, I'm going to split this room into 3. So the first thing I want to have is a butcher table. Okay, the butcher table is going to allow me to butcher meat. And then I'm going to put that butchered meat into what is going to be a space for... So let's do this. Go back to structure, granite walls. All right. And then what we're going to do is have 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So that's going to be a line across here like so. So we're going to create a line here. Now, we don't actually need a huge amount of space for what we're going to do here. So I guess we can technically do this line here like this. All right, that works. Now, we don't need a huge amount of space here for this because butchering is just a small job. So we're going to have, I would say, a small bit of room here like this. So this is going to be our butchering room. This is going to be our kitchen. And this is going to be our freezer. All right, this is our kitchen area. So the way that we're going to build this, and this is how we need to think moving forward now, is we need to keep our butchering, which at the moment is just a gap on the floor. We need to keep our butchering separate to our kitchen because this is going to get bloody and messy and dirty. And what we don't want to do is we don't want to make... In fact, I'm going to just make this a little bit bigger, just aesthetically, because I want it to look a little bit nicer. There we go. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So we've got bigger space here. So in terms of storage, what we want to do here, we want to look at the structures that we're going to build, furniture-wise, and we want to build ourselves some shells, but we don't want wooden shells, right? We can make steel shells, but steel's still flammable. All right, so we want to make something a little bit different. And we can make limestone shells. Okay, it doesn't actually matter what we build it out of, but if we change the material here from granite, max hit points, to limestone, so granite is going to have a better... It doesn't really matter what we do. We could obviously make it marble if we want to. It's going to give it beauty effect. We don't want that. We just want granite. That's all we want at the moment. So we're going to turn this into a granite shelf. We don't have any granite at the moment to do that. But the idea is we're going to want to have this shelf that can effectively be granite, and that is what we're going to use. So once we've got a little bit more granite, we'll put the shelving in here. This is going to be the storage area. Now, this is going to be our freezer. The reason we're doing this is because when we freeze food, the food lasts forever. At the moment, food will perish in a few days. Now, we don't actually have any food at the moment. I think also I can dismiss this trader. So let's just get rid of this guy. She's going to have to go out and find some food because otherwise we're going to starve. And at the moment, we don't have a huge amount of food. So we're going to look around here and we're going to grab a few of these bushes. Now, this is just going to keep us tidying over for now. There's a few bushes up here. We'll grab these. Cool. Right, this is going to be her job. She is going to prioritize this right now. Whilst we're waiting for those potatoes to grow. Because once the potatoes grow, we're going to be fine. We've got loads of potatoes here, right? So the idea is we're making enough food that we can keep going. And we're doing one room at a time at the moment. We'll get rid of the war merchant, so that's good they've been. All right, now Woody is focusing on this room. Once she's done the cooking, because we're looking in the top left here and we can see we haven't got any food stored up at the moment. So we know that food is, again, going to be an issue, right? So the food is now inside. So we've got some berries in here, so we can see that the berries spoil in 14 days, so they're okay. Now, these simple meals, unrefrigerated, are going to spoil, because it's unrefrigerated, it's going to spoil in 3.2 days. All right. But we've got 3 meals now, which is great, and we've got some berries. So we're okay for food. we can eat. We're moving all of the stuff around, so that's good. Cleaning everything up. Also, this dye. This is all the stuff we kind of want to sell or get rid of, right? So what's the other stuff that we don't really care about? We've got some dye. Now, if we can't find it, we can just type in the word dye and it will show up. And then we can just click on that. So we're going to allow dye on here. And it will move the dye. What else have we got? Everything else on here we kind of want to keep. We've got some jade as well. We can keep the jade for now. I don't want to sell that. But what we're doing is we're just trying to clear up this space here, right? All right, so looking at this, making granite blocks. We want to make more. We want to do this until we have 150 of these. Now, we did make some limestone. We've got some steel. So we've got quite a lot of steel at the moment. In fact, she is still making steel. I think we've got enough steel at the moment. We don't need to worry too much about doing this at the moment. So we're going to change her work. And from, let's find out where she is. From mining, we're going to change that to now a 2 or a 3 even. Because mining's not important anymore. So now she'll stop doing that. She'll go and do something else instead. So we don't need any more steel for now. We've got enough. All right, we're going to place the steel on this storage. So we're just, again, type in steel into here. Allow that. And it will put the steel here first. Then it will put it over here. All right, he is busy building, which is great. So getting all of this outline done. She is chopping down trees to give us some more wood. Also, we've got enough food. He's getting a bit stressed out, and that is because he needs sleep and recreation. They're still sleeping in the same room, so this is good. And again, we don't need prisoners at the moment. We're able to work faster because we've got the buff in this room. So we're just kind of using everything to our advantage right now. And we're going to speed up time, let them rest. And we're good so far. We've got everything we need going on. We're in a pretty decent place. Now, this room is a little bit cramped. And if we press Alt and hold on to this, we can see that it's a rather tight room. So we're not getting a lot of space buff. It's also dirty. It's dull, mediocre wealth. But it's okay. It works for now. It's not actually upsetting us too much. So it's a mediocre barracks, but we're okay. So we're not losing too many points here, so the mood's okay. We don't need the mood to be great. We just need the mood to be above this marker here. As long as their moods are here, we're fine. We're okay. So we just keep building. Once this has been built, which is going to be the butcher table that we're working on, we're then going to focus on what we're going to build next, which is going to be a stove. And we can start at the moment with a fueled stove, but that's going to take 80 steel. We also can have an electric stove, but we're not ready for that yet. But the electric stove that we're going to build is going to go somewhere like this. So that's going to allow us somewhere to be able to put food. So we're going to put that maybe here. All right, so Wanderer joins. A bloody wanderer named Strange has arrived and wants to join the colony. He's willing to contribute, but will not leave voluntarily, claiming to have nowhere else to go. You can choose to turn him down and send him away. However, your colonists will be disturbed at sending someone away in need. Best stat is melee, skill level 7. Well, let's accept him. We have a new person. So let's have a quick look at their bio. Traits in bloodlust, right? They get a rush from hurting people. Okay, they're good at fighting. They're a cannibal. They were taught that eating human meat is wrong and horrible. But one time long ago, he tried it and liked it. So he likes human meat. Okay. He's an optimist. Okay. So permanent mood effect is +6. That's good. Good at construction. In fact, great at construction. So we can get him to build for us. Incapable of caring. So he cannot be a doctor. He's not very good at... He can't be a warden. And he can't firefight. So some things he can't do. But let's edit his schedule right now. And we could put him on an opposite schedule to these two. But for now, we're just going to copy. We'll put them all on the same schedule just for now. Because we could have one sleeping while the others are working. So we can alternate bedrooms. That way, we only need one bedroom for 2 people. We can alternate their sleep patterns. So we could do that. And that way, they're not going to get stressed out by being in the same room. But we have 3 beds, which is ideal. Because now we've got 3 people. And we're going to go over to work and we're going to see what this guy can do, right? So he can be a patient and heal himself. We want that. All right, this is obviously going to be important if we need this. We'll leave that as it is. He's going to be the warden. We don't need anyone handling animals at the moment. She's the cook. No one needs to hunt at the moment. But in terms of construction, that's what this guy should be doing because he's better at it, right? So they can both do construction work. He should also do the smithing work, and we don't need tailoring at the moment, so we can leave that off. He likes crafting, so he should be doing crafting. All right, he can do that, and then that as well, right? So there we go. We've got jobs to be able to do. And so this guy is now going to come in and take over some of the work and help, and we're going to hopefully make this a lot quicker. So she's focusing on cooking and mining because that's what she likes to do. Plants and mining and shooting. So plants and mining. He is focused on medical and social, which is great. And he is now focused on construction and crafting. So now everyone has their little perks of what they're good at and what they do. And we've got an extra person, so we're going to grow even quicker. Now, that was just luck. I can't change it. Maybe someone arrives for you, maybe they don't. But we want to build our colony up, and so this is going to help us build even quicker, which is fantastic. And now we're getting this building done even quicker, which is nice. So we'll get this done. And now that we can work together, so one of them can be building whilst the other one can be doing this crafting. We can swap and alternate. All right. Now, in terms of storage, we did allow, in terms of raw resources, limestone, but we actually want to allow all stone blocks. We want all stone blocks on here. So we're going to do that. So they don't get put into other rooms, right? All right, we also, I think, need some wood on here as well. So any wood that we've got, we can store that as well. So we'll just type in wood. And we'll store that. And now it's going to put the wood on here as well. So that's all of our resources. All right. There's a minor break risk from Woody, who is getting stressed out because he needs recreation. There is a game to play and some chess to play up here, but for some reason he's not resting. He should be in recreation right now. But he's actually not. He says he's resting, so he's going to go and sleep. So he's sleeping when he should be doing recreation. Okay. Nothing I can do about that. He is stressed. I need him to relax and chill out in that recreation period and not sleep. He's sleeping because he needs it, I guess. So I can't force him to play a game or to relax. He needs to do that on his own. But the fact he's getting some sleep is a good thing. Mr. Strange is working, so that's good. These two are sleeping. Oh, Strange and Dora are now sleeping together or next to each other. So they're more likely to hit off a romantic relationship. I could actually change that by setting this bed, and I can make this bed Woody's bed, and then this bed is going to be Strange's bed. So now they're going to split, they're going to swap. So now they're more likely to hit off in a relationship, and Strange can just sleep there if he wants to. So that's fine. All right, so far so good. Everything's working well. There is a transport pod crash. Okay, let's jump to this location. What do we have here? So this is a drifter who is a male who is in shock and he's going to die in 5 hours. We need to get Woody out here. And we need to tend to this person to stop them from dying. Now, because they are a drifter, we have options, right? We can capture them. Or we can rescue them. So if we wanted to, we could build another bed. So we're going to have to do this quite quickly. Or we don't even need a bed at the moment. We can simply, because we don't have a bed, go to furniture and we can put a sleeping spot back in this room. And we can turn this into a prisoner or a medical bed. Now, if we have a quick look at what happened in the messages, he's not. You can rescue him and hope he joins freely or capture him for recruitment or slavery purposes. So I think we're going to capture him to recruit him. Because we don't want to hope that he joins us. We want to force him to join us, right? So we're going to make him a prisoner. All right, so now what Woody can do, because now we've got the prisoner option. He's over here. We can send Woody out, and now he's going to capture him, right? Now this guy doesn't have a lot of health. He's going to die in 4 hours, so we need to get him back. He's got 2 gunshot wounds. Let's get him back. He's got 3 hours. All right, so now Woody is going to be able to tend to him. He's already tending to him, so that's great. So now let's have a look at what's happening here. So this person, they're not going to die anymore, okay? That's good. We've used the medicine up that we had, and he is now going to rest. Looking at his needs, he's okay, but he's in mind-shattering pain. He just needs to rest at the moment. He's not in a very comfortable place, but he's okay for now. Could build him a bed, and he'll be much happier in a bed. And that is something we need to do. So let's go ahead and build ourselves a bed. We'll put that bed up here for now. And we'll get Woody to prioritize building it. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we are going to deconstruct that one. And then Woody's going to have to come in and capture him again and put him in this bed. So now he's in this bed. All right. Now this is going to have a debuff on it, 80%, because we're in a prison. That's okay. It's okay. It's a nice room. This person's going to be happy. They're not happy they slept on the ground, but that's done. They are sleeping in a hot room. It's 29 degrees in here, but they're okay. They're chilling. We're still doing some work in here, and that might stress him out a bit, but he's in ratty apparel. Can't do anything about that. That's fine. Health-wise, he's not going to die, so that's good. He's allowed food. That's good. All right. Now we need to get some more food. So Dora's going to have to go out and start exploring some food. So Dora the Explorer. We also need some medicine. Some bushes around here. Some medicine around here. So we're just going to pick up what's local to us, because that's going to be super helpful. All right. That's a decent bit of food. So we're going to get her to prioritize this. And then we'll prioritize that. All right. So that's going to give us some food. And also some medicine, because we want to make sure we've got medicine as well, right? This now is almost done, this room. It's the last little bit here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to tile it, and we're going to add a floor to it. So checking out the roof by clicking here, we can see there's just a little bit that's not done. Kind of want this to get finished. Going to have to get rid of that tree. Hopefully they'll work on that room. That's what we're focusing on next. So okay, it should be done. I don't know why it's not finishing that roof off. Okay, that should be done. We've got some food, not much. We've got a little bit. We've got some medicine. She's going out and collecting that. He is now mining. Now, I don't really want him mining at the moment. Oh, he's collecting, sorry. He's just collecting and hauling stuff, so that's good. So he's bringing all of that back. And now he's going to carry on doing that work for us. And what we need to do is carry on with the floors. So we're going to go for a tile effect, but we're going to go for a granite tile. And we are going to do the whole floor. And we need to put our doors in. Oh, of course. The reason we can't finish it is because there's no doors. They can't get into here. I'm sitting there wondering why this won't work, right? Okay, so how do we get in here? What do we do? Well, we need to have a way in here. So we're going to have a door here and a door here. We'll also put a door at the top here and a door here. And then we need to have a way to go into here and a way to go into here. So this is going to be our way into the freezer. We've got 2 doors into the freezer, one from the butcher and one from the kitchen. We've also got, and we're going to have a door into here, a door into here, and a door out of here. So that's fine. So that's everything that we need built. Once that's done, we'll come in here and then we'll finish this off. We'll cut the trees down. There we go. We're now finishing off the roof. We're building out the things we need to build. Perfect. And we're doing the tiles. Great. This person's getting healed. So we're going to keep an eye on his needs and his health. He's okay. As a prisoner, we want to recruit him. So we're going to change from maintain only to recruit. We need to be able to do that. And we need to make sure somebody is on warden duty, which is actually me. So that's fine. I'm on warden duty. And somebody needs to be on cleaning duty. So we're going to make sure that is Dora. So after everything kills, she's going to make sure everything's nice and clean. Perfect. All right. The next thing we need to do is research. So research is something we're struggling with at the moment. We're going to have to produce, and we'll do that with a simple research bench. We'll just make a wooden one for now. And we're going to put that in this room as well. Now, this is going to have bad temperature and not in library. So we're going to get 2 penalties for this. But we do need it, so we're just going to build it out. We need some steel and some wood. We've got loads of steel and wood. We're okay. But we will need some more wood. So we're just going to chop just a little bit in the area. We'll just go for this. And a couple of trees here as well. We'll just chop those down. Over time, that will give us just a lot more wood. Cool. So, potatoes are growing. That's fine. We need food. We don't really have much food. So, whilst we are waiting for potatoes to grow, we're looking for bushes. And if we can't really... Oh, there's loads of bushes there. Look, we'll grab these. And we'll grab anything else on the way back as well that looks like a bush. We could get some meat if we wanted to by killing some raccoons. But for now, we'll focus on that. That'll get food going. We'll do that when we wake up. I think in terms of food, we're getting desperate, but we're okay. Not terrible. Drifter is no longer incapable of walking. Okay, so checking out his needs. All right, looking at prisoner status, he's going to try and escape in 30 days. And so we can finish the building. She is actually chopping down trees. I'm going to swap her from tree chopping duty to prioritizing over here on grabbing all of these. We'll actually go this way. We're not being the most efficient we could be in terms of pathing, but that's okay. Now we've got all this food, so we can do that. And now she's going to pick that food up and go and cook, because that's her most important job. And then everyone can eat. So again, that's important. We need to keep people fed. And we have a new quest. So this quest is called Ship to the Stars. A friendly AI from your past has sent you a message. He reveals there is a starship hidden on the planet and sends you its world coordinates. The starship is in deep hibernation mode, and you have to start it up when you arrive, then defend it from raiders trying to steal it until the startup sequence completes. It will be a long and difficult series of battles. So this is for passage of world. This is end game. Now, this is one way that you can end the game by getting off the planet. Or, if you don't want to go through this route, the option in research, and we mentioned this before, is you can build one. You can research and build yourself a starship. You need all the different parts to it. There's a lot of work to be done there. So, you have options. You can go for the aggressive route or the passive route. I like that. I like what the developers have done there. So, cotton, potatoes, all good. Food's on its way. This is all being built as well, so almost finished. So we're going to get this finished. And now that this is almost done, we're going to need to think about next steps. So in terms of building, furniture-wise, we need to build a shelf. We can go ahead and do a limestone shelf if we want to, or, because we've got lots of limestone anyway, or we can go ahead and if we wanted to do a granite shelf. We'll do limestone for now. And we're going to want to build out just a few different storage options, right? So we're going to have, we'll start in this corner here. This is going to be our food shelf, which is going to have all of our food in it. Okay, this is going to be kind of like an overrun shelf. We're going to put like overrun stuff in here. So if we want to, we can do that this way. Slightly different. And then we're going to have one here as well. So this one, and we're going to leave a gap here. The reason we're leaving a gap here is we're going to want to go for temperature. We need to build a cooler. Now the cooler is going to have a red and a blue section. Now we want to have the blue section facing indoors and a red section facing outdoors. Right, that is going to allow us to cool the room. So we'll do that here. And then that way, we have a cooler, and that is going to cool the room and keep the refrigerator. Perfect. Now we want to protect this. Oh, we failed to construct something. We want to protect this on the outside so that it doesn't get attacked. And so as a result, from a structural point of view, we want to just put this into a wall. We don't need anything here, but we do want to just put a level of protection around this. And so we're just going to do that. And now this acts as a shield. So any raiders that come in that might want to attack this are not going to now, because it's got this here instead. Great, perfect, all good so far. They're working hard, which is good. She is now going to be cooking food. He looks like he's going to need some food because he's starving. So I really need her to be cooking. She's stargazing at the moment. That's okay. Food is cooking, or it should be. I need her to prioritize cooking because he's going to need some food. She is going out to get the rest of the berries because she's prioritized cooking. He is going to take the food and eat it. Oh, he's got food poisoning. Okay, so not ideal to have food poisoning. But we really need to make sure for this guy's health, he is malnourished. It's trivial at the moment, but he is malnourished. So we need to make sure he's okay. So again, food is important. Woody can now prioritize feeding. So we'll do that. Now he's been fed. We can prioritize cleaning the prison cell, and then we can prioritize. So let's do that first. Now that's clean. Let's prioritize talking to this guy, because every time we talk to him, we're helping him want to join us. Same as what we did before. Look, 12 down to 11.2. Good. And he's good at social, so that's great. We've got a little bit of food spare. She's getting a bit mad at the moment. She needs to eat. So hopefully she's going to cook and then she's going to eat herself. No? All right, let's just get her to consume a simple meal because she's stressed. He's eating as well, so they're both fed now, which is good. She'll continue cooking. And I want to just make sure from the assign tab that everyone is carrying with them some herbal medicine if they're a doctor. Now, he is not a doctor, so there's no point in having that. Also, I don't want to force anything on him, so he's got anything policy, no drugs, anything reading, and they've got anything clothing-wise on. All right, so everyone's got clothing on, so that's good. Everyone's happy. This is being built. This needs steel and components. Now, we don't have components at the moment, but I do recall in the last episode there was a ship that landed. Yes, there's a chunk of a ship. So we're actually going to go and break this down. We'll prioritize this. This is going to give us components and steel. Now, these randomly land on the planet as part of an event. There's only one here at the moment. But we can use this to get these components. Components are something we're going to struggle with. So we do need to get as many of these as we can. Now, this is going to allow us to build the cooling system. However, we need to build the batteries, and we also need to research the batteries, and we need to build the power outlet. Right, so everything in here is being built. That's great. We need components for the electric stove, and we need components for the cooler. So that's 5 components that we need. And we're going to get, by completing this, I think we get 6 components. I'm not too sure. Have a look as soon as this completes. We get 5 components. All right, so that's exactly what we need. That's going to be the 2 components in here and the 3 components in there. So that's all 5 components. All right, now Woody is at a major risk of breaking down because he's in pain from his food poisoning. But he also needs a few other things. Now, let's have a look at our guy here. He's hungry. He does need some food. So Dora's going to have to go out and find some more food. All right, there is a little bit there. I think, oh, look, there's loads here. So we'll take this one, this one, this one, this one. It just keeps us going for now. And anything that we find on the way back as well. All right, let's get her. Now, he's stressed out at the moment, so... Well, she's sleeping, so we're going to prioritize her, and then we're going to get her to do all of this while she's here. Then we'll come back up this one, grab these ones. Then we can grab these ones, and that's us done. So, all right, ancient danger. Ancient danger. As Dora draws near the ancient wall, this one here, a sense of foreboding overcomes her. She isn't sure why, but she feels this dusty structure may contain great danger. So we need to be very careful not to break this wall down. Break through this wall. Oh, there's something in here. We'll deal with that later. That's a later problem. Woody's having a tantrum. He's going to smash things in his room. Well, that's not a good idea. All right, Woody's having a tantrum. Hopefully he doesn't destroy the bed. He's going to go and fix it. So, all right. Not ideal. She's on the risk of having a breakdown as well. Hungry and tired. And, okay. We need to stop these people stressing out. He's better now. He's having a sleep. He's okay. So he's chilling. Hopefully now he's sleeping. He'll be okay. He will need some food. Now this guy won't cook. Oh, actually, no, maybe he will. He will cook. All right, so this guy will cook. So because he's okay, I'm actually going to set him to cook. So I need to... Oh, he's not assigned to it. So let me just assign him cooking. Right, we'll do it as 4. We're going to prioritize this. So we're going to prioritize him cooking. So he's all right at the moment. They're stressed. So whilst they sleep and recover, which they need to do, he's going to cook. So when they woke up, they'll have some food. He's also got a gun, which is cool. So we have a gun now. There is a quest that's open. We're not going to do the quest just yet. This is a quest that we will start doing quests. But for now we're not doing quests. We're just going to leave these. We'll delete the quests for now. We'll come to those later. For now, we're just trying to get this room finished and trying to survive food-wise, right? So we need this food. All right, Woody's getting a little bit less stressed. There's food now. So what is Woody doing? He's stargazing, which is going to help him. So his recreation's going up. His food's okay. His sleep's okay. Right, so he's going to be in a much, much, much better mood now. She's going to be okay as well. All right, and he is cooking simple meals. Nice. So we've got some food. Perfect. So the food's there. This guy's going to need to eat. He is malnourished. It is going to start affecting him. It's only just trivial. But we need some food to be able to sort him out. The potatoes are at 46% grown. So we need to figure out a better source of food. So let's look at the wildlife options and see what we've got here. All right, there's a couple of alpacas here. They're not too far away. So let's take Mr. Strange out. Now he's cooked the food. We're going to head down here with the gun that we've got, and we're going to go and kill these. All right, so we're going to fire at the alpaca. It's not the best shot. Okay. These are going to run away, but this one is going to die in 8 hours. So all we need to do is just follow it, get a bit closer. Once we get a little bit closer, we're going to fire it again. If we're close enough, we should hopefully... There we go. That's almost dead now. That should be dead any second now. We've got unlimited bullets, so bullets aren't an issue. Further away you are, less chance you've got a hit, and he's not a very good shot. But this is also improving his ability, so we'll fire at this. There we go. It's now downed. Get a bit closer, and we can fire at it again until it's dead. All right, now it's dead. We can make sure we can carry it. And we can set Mr. Strange up to come back now. And he can go and do the butchering. Now the butchering, which we've got the butchering table here, needs to be set to butcher creatures. And we'll do that forever. So now he... Oh, undraft him. And he's going to prioritize butchering. That means he's going to pick this animal up and bring it back for us. So now we're going to have some meat. So that just solves a lot of the food problem we were having at the start. Simply by having this. Now we've got some meat. But we also picked up some camel hide, which is great for us. And look, we've got 74 meat now. 74 meat. So she's stressed out, but not as bad as she was. So we can prioritize her cooking. And now we've got food. So food's not as much of an issue now. Let's focus on the next thing we need to do, which is power. we need to build a wind turbine. Now we can do generators, but we don't want to do those. We want to do wind. And that means we need to keep this space that we have here relatively clean and free from everything that's going on. We also want to build out some battery packs later. So we're going to want to build out batteries. So let's have a think about this. If we want to build another room here, that room's going to end about here, which means we want to build this from about here. All right, because if we look at the room is after the wall. That's the blueprint of a bedroom, right? So after the wall, that's the blueprint of a bedroom, which means the wall will end here. So that's where we need to start this. So this is going to be built just here like this. And in terms of which way this faces, it doesn't really matter. But I think we should probably look to face it this way. So it needs space above it and below it. The problem is later we might build something here. So if we build this, we're blocking this area here. So we are going to build this way. So we want to build this here like this. And that's where our wind turbine is going to go. Now to build this, we need 100 steel, which we have, and 2 components. We don't have any components. So we need to send Dora out to get some components. And she's actually really unhappy at the moment. She needs recreation and she needs food. All right, so let's clear her prioritized work after she's cooked this meal. Everyone's been fed now, which is great. We'll clear her prioritized work. She's going to eat. That'll make her happier. And she's going to go and chill and do whatever she needs to do. He's going to finish building because he's in a construction mode, which is great. Woody's happy. Let's just check this guy out. He's also okay. He's not going to die at the moment. We're working him down. Working his resistance down, which is great. So we're going to have another person join us, which means we need another bedroom. We also don't need this butchering spot anymore. That can go. And we're going to just delete this zone that we had here, which was our little gathering zone. We don't want that anymore either. Cool. All right. We can build another bedroom. So I think we need to do that. We've got some wood, but we don't really want to use the wood. Let's go ahead and just to make this slightly different. Actually, no, we will. We'll go and do the granite, so that's fine. So in terms of structure mode, granite walls. 2, 3, 4, 5, and a wall. So we'll build this out. Again, this is going to be another bedroom. So we'll build that out as another bedroom. Put a granite door on here. All right, so now we're going to continue building. So Mr. Strange should be building because for him, research is secondary to constructing. He should be constructing, but I guess he's got nothing to construct. He is crafting as well, but Woody's crafting, so right, these two are working together, which is good. So we're getting some research done as well, which is nice. And even though for research, researching is not his best thing to do, if we have a look, 0 skill, 1 skill, and 6 skill. So for Woody, researching is better for Woody to do. So they should have swapped. But that's okay. That's cool. He'll do that. He's working on fixing this. Dora's stressed out. She needs recreation. So I'm hoping she's going to... Oh, Stranger's collapsed due to exhaustion. Really? Oh, he needs to sleep. Let's get him to clean the barracks and hopefully he'll sleep. No, he's not sleeping. He's going to go back to work. He should be sleeping, but he's not for some reason. It's not sleep. It's not time to sleep, but he should go and sleep. She is super stressed. Now, she's in recreation mode. She's cooking a simple meal. I actually need her to chill out. So we've got enough food at the moment. I need her to go and do some recreational stuff. She's gone to sleep, which is frustrating. I need her to go and chill. There is a mad squirrel on the loose. All right, this mad squirrel. Everyone's in bed, which is pretty cool, which means the squirrel's just going to kill itself. So when we wake up, we'll butcher that. I think we've used all the meat up as well. And we've got a few meals left over. So we've got 3 meals left. So we're okay for now. So we just need Dora to chill when she wakes up. Potatoes are nearly done. We can go and get some more alpacas if we need to. And we just need 2 components. Now, I don't want to send her out to get components because she's on the risk of a major breakdown. So I need her. No, she's just had a make. All right, so she's had a breakdown. She's broken down inside and become obsessed with corpses. She's going to find a corpse and present it to you. All right, she's going to dig up a corpse and she's just put the corpse on a table. Lovely. I mean, I don't really want that there, but thank you, Dora. I appreciate you. She's obviously stressing out at the moment. Nobody's really going to want that. So let's get Woody to prioritize burying that corpse again. All right, so we'll put that back in the ground. She is actually recovering now, which is good. He is in the stage of fixing it. Well, he's actually going to fix up this, which is nice. So we'll get that done. And we need to cook that squirrel or sort that squirrel out as well. So I guess from Woody's point of view, he can prioritize that. So let's just get the squirrel done and butchered. Because again, it's just a little bit more food for us, right? And at the moment, we need food. We've run out of food again. So yeah, not a problem for us to fix. All right, so he's going to butcher that. He's doing some research. This room's still being built, but we're waiting on granite. There's actually a tortoise here that's 96 years old, which is crazy. Now, we could get that for meat. There's a hare here as well. We're not going to get much meat from the hare, but we could do that. 19 squirrel meat. That's almost 2 meals. Any berries nearby? Yep, there's 1 berry there. We can harvest that. We're going to need at some point to do this. So we'll just select these for harvesting, even though we're not too stressed about them. We've got a little bit of wood, but not much. There's a few trees to be chopped down there. We're going to harvest some of this as well, just so we've got medicine. And yeah, we're all right at the moment. We're okay. The squirrel meat, which is down here. All right, so now let's sort out this storage. So for this storage, we're going to clear everything. All right, but this is going to be food and it's going to be meals. Okay, so we're only going to select meals as well as chocolate and pemmican, which is another point of food. All right, this is going to be important. We're going to take this setting from this one, press N to copy it, click on this and press J. That's now the same here as well. We're going to do the same with these two, and then we're going to do the same with these two once these are done as well. But for these two, now we're going to change this. So rather than this being meals, okay, this is going to now be raw food. Just raw food. All right, so now we'll take that top one that we've done. We'll copy that and we'll paste it down here. So all the food now is going to be stored in here. So this is food. We can also sort out the kitchen by putting the fire. Now we can deconstruct that fire. And we can actually go and build a new fire in this room here. And we can get Woody to do that. So he's going to prioritize building a fire. Now that fire is built, go to bills, go to cook simple meals. And we're going to do that forever. We can also cook these simple meals as well. So we'll do that as well. So it's always going to try and cook 4. If it can't cook 4, it will cook 1. So depending if we've got enough stuff. All right. It just makes life a bit easier. That's all. There we go. We've sorted that out. Getting there. Almost finished. A few more bits we need to do. Don't know what she's doing. She has a wooden club. He has a gun. He has a knife, so that's fine. I don't. Oh, so she's stressed out at the moment. So she's got a corpse obsession still. So she's actually. I can't actually use her at the moment or do anything with her. She is just stressed out, and I need to wait for her to get out of this funk that she's in. Which will come. It'll come. He's now better, which is great. Got everything that he needs and he's healthy, so that's good. Although he has heat stroke. Has a little bit of heat stroke because it's very hot in here. Alright, we are in summer. It's August. It's cool. Strange is now at risk of... he needs food. Let's prioritize cooking so he can do that. He can then eat. And that's going to make him a little bit better. She is on the verge of a complete mental breakdown. Again. So she's got like a major break risk. So is he. Recreation staff are malnourished. Right, he should be eating. So let's consume that meal so that he can do that. And then we've got a few more berry plants here that have just sprouted up. So because Woody's all right at the moment, we'll send him out to do this. Again, we need to grab food. This is important for us. All right. She is no longer having a corpse obsession. Good. Let's prioritize. Actually, do you know what? Let's get her, even though she's sleeping, let's send her out to go and attack the tortoise. Okay. And now let's get her to prioritize butchering the tortoise. She's actually going to die in 5 hours. That is insane. All right, so she's not in a good place. She's going to have to tend to herself. I need her to prioritize tending to herself. I also need her to clean herself up. She's going to die in 3 hours if she doesn't get sorted. Right, she is crawling to bed. So Steve is going to have to come out and rescue her. We do not want her to die. Right, he's now healing her. Oh, she almost died. That was crazy. He's going to heal her again, so that's fine. So that tortoise did so much damage. Loads of bites. Okay. Didn't mean for that to happen, but all right, she's going to have to rest. Strange is... he's okay, but... he's cooking a simple meal at the moment, so that's fine. So we'll let him do that. All right, we've got some food. So food's okay again. She's healing. I need Woody right now to prioritize cleaning all of this blood and all of these areas because there's so much blood here. He needs to clean all of this up. This is going to be a problem if we don't clean it up. At the same time, we're going to clean the barracks. We need to clean up the prison cell and we need to clean up here as well. So again, just cleaning up all of the blood and making sure everything's nice and clean. That's vital for us. And we're almost there. We've almost got the kitchen built. We're still working on a few things. But overall, we're managing the state of everything quite well. All right, someone's exhausted. Dora is exhausted, but she is recovering. So that's good. All right, she's sleeping, which is good. We do need an infirmary, like a hospital. Stranger's collapsed due to extreme exhaustion, which is crazy. He should just go and sleep in his bed, right? I'll get him to clean the barracks and then... he's not going to sleep because he's in work mode. All right, he needs to go and sleep. He's quite happy, but he does need to go and sleep. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so wait until maybe need to just allow them a little bit more time for sleeping and recreation. They're working too hard at the moment, which doesn't help. But they're getting better now. They're getting better. So let's look at their schedule. All right, we're going to need to give them a little bit more time to sleep. So what we'll do is we'll put an extra hour of sleep on the end there, and we'll put an extra couple of hours of recreation on there as well. All right, so now we've just... and in fact, what we'll do for this schedule We're going to make them work up until the fact that they sleep. And we'll do recreation like that. So we'll do work, recreation, work, and then we'll do sleep. All right, that's going to change their patterns up a little bit. Hopefully makes them a little bit more. We'll see how hard we can push them. Potatoes are almost ready. Cloth is ready, which is great. He is healthy, which is great. He's in a really good place, which means 3.6 resistance. He should be joining us soon, which means we're going to get loads more construction done, which is great. Although he is a misogynist, which means he dislikes and distrusts women. But he's also intellectual, which means we can use him to research. So he'll be good at constructing and research. So a great skill to have. All right, all of this is getting built, which is great. Finishing off this. And there is a man-hunter pack. All right, so let's have a look at what this is. A pack of raccoons. All right, so what we want to do is draft everyone at the moment. And we're going to draft them and put them inside. Because we don't want the raccoons to fight them. So everyone's going to go inside. The raccoons are coming out. Oh. Yep, we need to come out and fight these. She's been injured. Right, these are both dead. Let's undraft everybody. And then for Woody, he is going to have to rescue Dora. And for Strange, he is going to have to... Right, hold on. That's dead, and that's dead. Good. All right, so now he's there. So she's getting help because the raccoons bit her, and she's still getting over a tortoise bite, and they've scratched her. So now she's recovering again. He is really stressed out. He needs some sleep. So he just needs to sleep. And Woody is now able to come in here. Oh, the raccoons? Huh. I guess because they're part of an event, maybe we can't do anything with them. We can't butcher them. Cannot butcher a creature missing one corpse. Cannot haul them because there's nowhere to put them. I guess if I go to zones, all right, I'm going to make a stockpile zone up here. And this stockpile zone is going to be only for, we're going to clear it of everything. We're only going to allow corpses. Just corpses, that's it, nothing else. Fresh and rotten corpses, that's it. And we'll make that a critical priority. So now Woody should be able to prioritize hauling these. Once he's done that one, we'll move that one. So they're out the way now. Ah, because we're not going to butcher them. And the reason we're not going to butcher them is if we look at them, they had like scurvy or something. Yeah, I think if I look at the thing here, pack of man-hunting raccoons have entered the area, driven insane by the disease known as Scaria. So they were diseased. You won't want to eat them because they're diseased. So we'll just leave them up there. That's why we can't eat them, which is good. We don't want to eat them. Everyone's sleeping, which is good. They all need to sleep. Dora is alive and well. So right now we're good, but we don't have any food. All right, these are nearly ready for harvesting, but not quite yet. So what we're going to do is Mr. Strange, who is in desperate need of sleep and food, we're going to send him out to get another alpaca. Now, I don't know where the alpacas are at the moment, so we're going to have to find them. They're over here. So Mr. Strange, I'm going to put into draft mode. I'm going to send him down here. Now, the alpacas are really passive creatures. They're not really going to cause any problems. He's got a gun, and so we're just going to kill this to get that meat. It's asleep, which is a shame. Chunks of a spacecraft have impacted nearby, so that's great news. All right, let's run up closer to this. It's going to die soon anyway, but we'll just do that. Fire at it again. There we go. Right, cool. Now we can do that. Now we can change him. We'll press space just to come back because we want him near it. And the reason for that is now we right click, we prioritize this. He is going to bring this back and cook it. Well, he's going to butcher it. Once it's butchered, a couple of things we need to do. The first thing I want to do, and I don't think he can clean, right? Oh no, we're going to get him to clean the kitchen. That's it. And then we're going to get him to prioritize. Oh. He's going to build his storage. And she prioritize cooking. Perfect. So we'll build the traps back up. She's going to do all the cooking, which is fantastic. Everyone's going to have food again. And the potato plants are almost grown. Almost grown. Which is great. Now he needs food and sleep, right? That's his problem. He's going to have a breakdown in a minute. So what's he doing? He's not resting. But you know what? Let's get him to eat that meal because he needs to eat. Consume a simple meal. That should help him because now he's got food. He's not that stressed anymore, so he's a bit better. Okay, so prisoners' resistance has been broken by Woody. Recruitment attempts will begin. So we're going to attempt to recruit him now. This room is now built as well. So what Woody can do now is pick up this bed. We'll clean up this barracks. We can pick up this bed. And we can reinstall it over here. And we can also build another bed. So we'll build a copy of this bed. We'll put this here and we'll do this here as well. So we're going to build 3 beds. So I know it's not ideal for this room. But we can do that. Where has... Oh, he broke the table. So we've got nowhere to eat at the moment. All right. Well, in that case, furniture. We'll build a nice small wooden table in there. And we'll build another nice small wooden table in here. We'll make some wooden chairs to go in there. So 2 wooden chairs. So this is now going to be our prison. This is going to be our prison with our 3 prisoner beds. This is going to become back to our workshop. And this is just going to become our bedroom. Or this can just become our bedroom because we're going to have 4 people now, right? So 2 in here, 2 in there, and a prisoner. That also works. This is going to improve the mood of people nearby, so we can do that. So we can put a torch wall and a plant pot. And if we really want to do something, we can do an end table as well. So if we give everyone like a wooden end table at the end of their bed, that's also going to improve things. We can also do a dresser. That's going to improve all of the beds. So let's cancel that. We'll put a dresser in the room. Now, this is going to make the room really compact. We'll put a wooden plant pot in here. There we go. So this is a nice room, nice bedroom. It's going to have everything it needs. So it's got a room to eat. Bedside tables, which is cool. Everyone's got one of those. Actually, these need to be at the head of the bed. So I'm actually going to need to cancel these. And the beds, these need to be at the head of the bed. They only work if they're at the head of the bed. So a small bedside table must be placed nearby beds, a little bit more comfortable, must be placed directly adjacent to the head of the bed. Placing more than one end table in the same bed has no effect. Cool. So there we go. So now we've got those. Everything there is working. That's going to be good. Everyone's happy. This is just about finished now. We need to focus on this. We need 2 components for this. That's it. 2 components. So let's focus on where we're going to get those from. Now, I did see another ship part land. There are 2 ship chunks. Fantastic. We're going to break these down. We'll send Woody out to prioritize these. And that is going to give us everything we need component-wise to be able to build this. And we need to focus on research. All right, we're just about done. So the kitchen, and the whole purpose of today's episode was to build out the kitchen and build out the power supply. So we need the power supply now. She is now sorting all the food out. He is now building this, which is great. So now we have a wind turbine. So let's also cut down any trees. So we're going to cut down any trees. We're going to allow that, and we're going to cut now, and it's going to cut anything down that is blocking this, because it's blocked, which means this isn't generating power. So now that we have power, or we have the ability to have power, we need to go into the power section, and we need to put a conduit down. Conduit is just power. So we have waterproof conduit, which is outside. We have above ground or underground. Now, waterproof, this is if we have to go through water or mud. We don't need to do that. So we only need to have above ground or underground. If it's above ground, raiders can get it. So we will need to put an underground out here. All right, and what we're going to do is we just need to go. We can choose what type we're using. So lots of different types that we can make. All right, we're going to go for a straight line, and we're going to go from here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay, because that's all we need from there. And then we're going to come across to here. And we're also going to pop this down to here. All right, now we don't actually need to. If we're within the walls, like this, we don't need to be. We can change this. So that's the underground one. Then we can change this because it's half the amount of steel that we're going to use, right? So this is going to use half the amount of steel. And we'll prepare this by building it out further. We don't need that in a moment, but this is going to be our power line, right? Underground and then in the walls. Great. So we'll leave that. He's going to finish building all of this area out now. Everyone's in a happy mood. Dora needs to recover. She is doing that. And I think we should now be able to... We can't chat at the moment. We'll just clean his prison cell. There is a mad gazelle on the loose. All right, mad gazelle. So, let's get everyone into draft mode. And we're going to bring all 3 of these out here. Now, Dora doesn't actually have a weapon. I know we had a weapon, but I don't know what we did with it. So if I go to search and type in club, there is a wooden club. Oh, it's there. It's on the. I didn't see it. It's on the bench. So I want to send her here to pick up that wooden club, right? All right. Now I've got the 3 of these. Where is our mad gazelle? It's right here. This mad gazelle is going to attack, so we're going to... All right, straight away, it got killed. Perfect. So these 3 can now go back to work. This is not yet dead. We could tame it. So, because it's mad, we're not going to be able to do anything with it, right? It's unconscious at the moment, so I can actually send Woody out to go and melee attack it to death. Right. Now that it's dead, I can butcher it. So even though it was mad, I can butcher this one. So I don't know what was going on with the raccoons. That was really weird. But anyway, I can get some more meat now, so that's great. So the meat's being stored there. Mr. Strange is sleeping at the moment, which I kind of want him to do, given it is time to rest. I'm not going to force him to work, but we are starting to get some power now. All right, everyone's sleeping. Good. So let them recover over the course of the night. And we've now got power. This is working. We can now prioritize talking to him, and we should recruit him now. He should join us. That should be enough. Yes, we have him. We've got a new recruit. Fantastic. So we're up to 4 now. All right, so the first thing we're going to have to do here, and we'll get Woody to do this in a minute. Oh, no, Stranger's already doing it. We need to build these beds. So this bed is now going to become a medical bed in case it's needed for medical purposes only. And these beds are going to become the ones that everyone's going to sleep in. So Strange was building this. We need some trees. All right, we're going to chop some trees down. So I guess... Oh, he's not assigned to plant cutting. She is cooking, so... I guess we just get him to harvest these trees that are in the way. We've got some food now, so food's not an issue. We've got loads of food. Let's get everything just built and finished off. We're about 5 minutes at the end of this episode. So kind of keen to do this. We'll get this bedroom finished. We'll get the kitchen finished. And everything is now done. We've got enough wood. We've got enough food. And we now have a freezer. Now, what we need to do is change this. And we need to be able to change this to be able to set the temperature, which is currently at 21. We need to select it to be, let's just say minus 10 degrees. All right, minus 10 degrees. That's all we need. It's only going to take 20 watts of power. But this room now, this indoor room, should change once this is working. Now, I don't think this is working because of this. So, I'm just going to deconstruct. I don't know. I think it's because it's actually classed as still being in the same room. So, let me just deconstruct these three. I'm going to get him to do this. Right, let me see if that's worked. There we go. Now this room is cooling. We can see this blue border, which shows this room is cooling. It still shows the indoor temperature is at like 4 or 5 degrees. And that's because we haven't quite finished tiling the floor. So we have to finish prioritizing the floor. So we're going to get him to finish all of the granite and working on the floor here. It is recreation time, which I know he needs to relax. But I also need to get this finished. This is at 1 degree now, 0 degree. As you can see, now it's at -1. So now the temperature of this room is going down to the minuses because the power is working. And if we click on Architect and look at power, if we just hover over it, can we see those blue lines? So this is the power that is being generated by the wind turbine, and it's going down those conduits that we made. And then we can see the areas that are now claiming that power. So there's a power line that is going from the cooker and one that is going from the air cooler. This means that this room is now freezing. Because this room is freezing, if I click on this food and we select it, it is frozen. Because it is frozen, it will never deteriorate. So we have created a kitchen, a slaughter room, and a freezer. That's done. So now we just need to build these, but we're missing a little bit of limestone. So we're going to change this over to make limestone. So we'll do this until we have 50 limestone. Cool. We kind of want to get him to focus up here. Oh, right, Woody's working on that, so that's fine. They should swap, to be fair. But this is good. We're doing some research. Now, we're going to focus on research next because the problem we have, the last problem we have here is that power is only going to work whilst there's wind, and wind comes and goes. So what we need to do, apart from block down this oak tree, let's just prioritize cutting down that oak tree. All right, so that should now work a bit better, which it is because there's nothing blocking it anymore. The problem that we have is that we don't have any batteries to be able to store this power. So we need to now research batteries. So research is our next thing we need to focus on. We've got the bedrooms. The bedrooms are done. We will start converting this room next. In fact, we'll do this one where we have no prisoner. It's okay being wood for now. It's not a problem, but we do want to convert this. But the kitchen is built. That was a lot of work. It's taken us about an hour and a half to do that. But we now have power. We're not using this wood campfire anymore, so we can just turn this off for now. So we'll just remove the fuel source for now. That was fine because it was cooking, and instead we're going to use this one, which is the electric stove. So we need to be able to cook simple meals forever. We'll do ×4 or we'll do simple. It's the same thing, but we're just going to select to do that. So now this is going to cook forever. And if we want to make this a little bit better, we can put a chair here. So we'll go to furniture and we're going to make ourselves a steel dining chair. Not that it's ideal, but we'll put that there. And that is going to finish off this room. So this room is now complete. We're going to do the same thing on this side. So we'll put a steel dining room chair here as well. So that is complete. And now we've got some limestone, or we'll have some limestone. We'll finish off building these. So we're actually missing some limestone blocks. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. We're done. We've done everything we needed to do today. And now look, we've got 5 meals and we've got 141 potatoes. And so what we need to do now is Dora, once she's recovered, we need to get her out here collecting all of these potatoes and re-harvesting so that we have the next lot ready. All right, so it's good that we've got food now, and it's good that we can store that food and preserve it, but we really need to now get the next lot of food prepped so it's ready. So we're not fighting around looking for bushes. And that should be food sorted. And we've got more mouths to feed now as well. We've got 4 people, so we need more food. All right, so that's the first thing there. That's done. That's it for today. We feel like we've achieved a lot. There's a couple of little things to finish off. We'll just get those done. But overall, we have now created a consistent supply of food and power, which means we don't need to keep chopping down trees. All right, that's much, much better for us now. We don't need to keep chopping down trees. So the next thing that I need to change here, that I need to do, is I need to put on wall lamps. All right, so we're going to put a wall lamp here. We're going to put another one in here, and we're going to put one in here. So 3 wall lamps. We're also going to put one in here. We're going to put one in here. And now what we need to do is we need to click on these items. So we're going to deconstruct that torch. We're going to deconstruct that torch. We're going to cancel that torch. And we're going to deconstruct this lamp as well. All right, and that is going to create the power here that we need for these rooms. Now what we also need to do is go to power. We need to make a hidden conduit, and that hidden conduit is going to go from here to here. And then once inside, we're going to do a normal power conduit, and that normal power conduit is going to go from here all the way to the end here. And that is going to allow us to have power. So we're going to light up these rooms. We're going to light up these rooms, and we now have 0 need to burn wood. Okay, so any wood that we've got, we can keep it, and we're not going to keep fueling these sources anymore. All right. That is the basics of everything that we need right now. We're in the summer, so we're good. But we'll plan for other things as and when they come up. But for now, we're good. Now, some trees will sporadically start growing around the area, but we don't want to focus too much on that. We've got a couple more to chop down. But overall, we're in a really strong place. So, thank you for watching. Hope this has been valuable. I will see you in the next video. Take care for now. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.